So how did you learn these things? Because I know you're a qualified personal trainer, but like, did you also study nutrition
Oh
at
yeah,
all?
for years. Like I
No
study
way.
every
Oh,
day.
wow.
Yeah, like books, everything, podcasts, everything online, YouTube channel.
So
Like
it's always been your passion, health.
I do life coaching, so everything that touch psychology, neuroscience, the body, health, like being a perfect machine, and everything is spirituality. I do. Like I read a lot. Probably I would have two doctorate if I was at
No
school.
way.
Yeah, I read like 3-4 books a month plus other stuff. Like,
So you're a fast reader.
no, I just read a lot, like minimum 15-20 page a day. So sometime more plus Gaia and like all the stuff.
What's Gaia?
You don't know Gaia? It's
I
like a
don't know.
Netflix for spirituality and everything that is health. So like right now I'm starting a series, it's like on psychedelic.
Uh-huh.
So everything that is mushroom, kambo, ayahuasca, they teach you everything about that. You have series on water, spirituality, ancestors, Egyptian culture, whatever you want to learn.
So is it like a streaming?
Like Netflix, but
yeah.
for like Gaia. It's GAIA, and you can find everything like spiritual wise in it.
I'm definitely gonna look that up.
You're gonna love it. Like
Gaia. Is this like a subscription based, like Netflix?
like $10 a month. Yeah, very cheap.
Okay. Another one. I have so many $10 a month.
Yeah, but this one is the only
So
one.
many.
You should have. It's the best.
You're like, this is the only one you need.
Yeah, I don't watch Netflix or that shit. I just watch, like, I don't waste time anymore, so I just study all the time.
I really like that a lot. I hate watching Netflix. I hate watching TV. I didn't own a TV for 3 years because I was like, I just want to like read books and, you know, not have TV. But then what I would do, I would just watch it on my laptop.
Yeah.
So I was like, that didn't work as much as I wanted. So I just bought a TV.
Yeah, it's good in the living
so
room.
nice.
I mean, sometimes you can watch movie and stuff. Like I do very rarely now, or if there's a few series I used to watch, if the new episode, I'm gonna watch a few, but mostly I don't watch it. And I don't have TV in my room anymore. It's very bad. So only in the living room.
Which one do you think is better, to have it in your living room or have it in your room?
The TV?
Yeah.
Oh, in the living room. You should never have TV in your room.
Wait, why? Because like before going to bed, you watch it and then
That's when it's bad.
lose
It
track of
affects your
time.
sleep. Your whole sleeping routine is affected by it. The blue light, everything is really, really bad. Plus, all the culture about feng shui and all that stuff, and like all the spiritual reason, you shouldn't have a TV in your room.
Too late. I'm a little sad now, but it's too late because I mounted it too. It took so long to do that.
Yeah.
There's no going back. I'm just gonna, you know, be a little more mindful of it.
Yeah.
Especially because I watched like Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, just not before bedtime. Maybe an hour before you shouldn't have it open.
Yeah. I'll definitely check out Gaia. There's this documentary though on Netflix, Explained.
Explain. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, because you don't watch Netflix. But it basically has like the mind explained, money explained. So I'm like watching money explained, and it's like, it's actually good for you. Like it's useful information about
What did they
credit
say?
cards and how the banks work,
Oh,
how
okay,
like,
okay,
you know, student loans and loans in general work. And I'm like, I really wish I knew all of this when I was very young and I moved to the States.
Yeah, they don't teach
you know?
people that.
They don't.
But I studied it. Like I studied accounting, and I worked in a bank for 2-3 years. 2 years, yeah. Like I was credit specialist for the biggest bank in Canada. But yeah, they should teach people that stuff.
Yeah, it wouldn't really make sense, would it? Because then they wouldn't like make so much money off of people who don't know what to do.
Yeah, there was something like the banks did, I think, $25 billion in 2020 out of overdraft. Like, meaning on people that didn't have money during COVID, they did, because it's $25 or $45 per overdraft. I don't know in the United States, but in Canada it's $45. So, like, people didn't have money during COVID, so the bank were on top of it, abusing them with those overdraft fees.
It's so mean.
And then you get one from the bank, but you also get one from, like, let's say that I make a check to my building. Let's say the building's going to charge you, because they also, so when you accept the check, well, in Canada it works like that. If I accept the check and then it got bounced, I get a fee, so I'm gonna charge the client a fee and the bank charge. So
Yeah.
it's like the bank just does so much money. Like, people need to understand that the banking system is privately owned.
Right.
They're there to make money.
It really is kicking someone when they're down. It really is. The only time I got charged with overdraft fees, it was 23 times well, it wasn't in one day. It was in I think 2 or 3 days. I was in Mexico, and somehow everything had conspired for my account to go under, and everything that they charge, whether it's all the Ubers you got, all the Postmates you got, once they all get processed, for each transaction they will charge you another
overdraft
fee. Yeah.
Wow.
So when I came back home and I checked, and I had no idea, because I would just I don't know, call my mom and be like, hey, transfer some money, or I don't know, think of something, I literally opened my bank account and I saw 19 or something like that, $35.
Yeah.
I called my bank and I was like, are you guys out of your fucking mind? What are you doing? This has never happened. The first time it happens, you do, I was felt so betrayed.
Yeah, it's bad. The banking system is not there to help you. Not especially if you don't have money.
Yeah.
It's weird because when you have money, let's say at Chase, when you have money, I'm a private client now, so they don't even charge me for wire transfer, but they charge people with no money. They should try to help people, but they're there to make money.
It's always the middle class that gets fucked. Always.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Kill the rich. No, I'm kidding.
No. I like it.
Okay, I want to ask you a few things that you're obviously very good at and you're very educated, and how many years have you been a personal trainer? And I don't know if you would you call yourself a nutritionist?
No.
Do you need a certificate to be?
Yeah, but I don't like title. I wouldn't put a title on myself because nutritionists, it's they are taught some stuff at school. I have my own vision on school, and what they teach at school, I think most of the time it's outdated because they have to have the data. So most of the time it's me. I like to check all the new study and stuff. So I'm a personal trainer. I have certification for personal training. Not I really care about it, but I did classes that I thought were useful. So I didn't do the basic certification. I just did all the advanced one.
Yeah.
And I started at 15 being interested in that. And
How old are you now?
29. I'll be 30 this year. So
okay.
But back in the day it was the Ronnie Coleman stuff, Mr. Olympia and stuff like that. And I was fuck.
Very outdated.
Yeah, I was I want to be a bodybuilder and this and that. So I started for that reason. And then I just wanted to be I mixed it with everything that is motivation, Tony Robbins and all that stuff. So then I was okay, I want to be perfect body, perfect everything. So that's when I started learning about just for me. And then I started to teach other because most of people don't really put the time or knowledge behind it. So that's what I do. I test everything on myself, and then I just tell people this is how I react, this is what I do, because everybody's different, so you can't really generalize for stuff, but this is what I tried. So now I'm vegan mostly. I don't like to say vegan because I don't do 100%, I do 90%.
What's mostly?
So I would say plant-based. I just say vegan so people know what it is, but let's say honey, I still eat it, and I'm still gonna have fish or sometimes high-quality red meat once or twice a week. So I would say 90% vegan, but when I'm home, go to the restaurant or stuff like that, I'm gonna order vegan. If I'm with friends, let's say we're going to Miami or Bali or stuff, then I can have sushi or whatever. I just do most of my diet based on plants. So
you do it the right way because you're I'm not going to eat the shitty fast food meat, but if I have the best type of meat or I want sushi in the right place, obviously you're going to want that.
Exactly. It's all about balance and not abusing. I do vegan for spiritual reasons, so it's also good for your health. I see a major difference on my body.
Do you feel more energized?
Yeah, for a lot of stuff. Yeah, but it's not only so 95% of your happy hormone are in your guts. So if you're always bloated and always full of meat and stuff, what I notice is when I eat meat or go back to fish is not as bad for me, but let's say meat, I don't eat chicken at all anymore. But if I do meat, heavy meat, then I feel heavy. And even on the scale, I gain 2-3 pounds for 2-3 days. That's like how bad it takes for the body to process it, because it's like
break it down.
It digests, but it's like if feels like if it's still in your body, or like when you eat a vegan meal, like a clean one.
Quick.
Yeah, I could go for a hike right after.
It's
and
true.
If you eat a big steak, there's no
Well,
way
why
you
don't
do.
you eat a small steak?
You could do. So I tell people, like, that's what I do when I eat meat. I used to have like 10, 12 ounces of filet mignon. Now I'm going to do 4 ounces, and I'm going to have
That's
all the other
perfect.
stuff.
Yeah,
So
4 or
I'm
6 ounces.
balanced. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I obviously don't know that much about nutrition, but I genuinely do believe that the protein you get from meat is different than the protein you get from soy. The way that your body absorbs it is different. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, soy is like, that's why you need balance. You're not necessarily gonna, because so vegan people think about soy and this and that, and soya has a bad rep. It's all about the abuse. If you abuse soy, of course, it's not good for you. Like if you abuse
Just
meat,
like anything else.
but there's a lot of protein in the beans and seaweed and tons of other stuff. Like in the plants, there's a lot. And actually, like animals, they eat the plants in order to get their protein, like most of the time. So it all comes, like, it's all a big circle, and all the protein stuff is like, people are like, oh, you don't get enough protein, this and that. Well, I don't know. My body didn't really change that. I'm still in amazing shape, the same shape when I was vegan or not.
Okay,
I just
humble.
feel better. No, but it's like, it didn't ruin my shape. Like people are like, oh, you don't eat as much protein. You need the meat. I would say if you're a bodybuilder and you want to be 300 pounds, you're going to need meat.
You have
to. Because it's already not good for the body. So just go all in. But
yeah.
yeah.
I honestly think this is just also like any other advice. I don't think there's one size fit all for anything, especially when it comes to health, diet, nutrition, because it's like we all have different backgrounds. We all come from extremely different upbringings where we were given certain nutritions from a really young age and our body got accustomed to it, and now it's like, and like the way also your body breaks it down. I heard like your blood type might have a big role to play in, you know, what kind of food your body responds well to.
Yeah, everybody is different. I met a girl that she was specialized in this. So she's gonna do blood tests, and she's gonna test for all the healing the gut and all that stuff. So that would be like more like a type of nutritionist stuff, like very, very deep. So everybody's kind of different. So that's why you can't really generalize and say everything is good. But yeah. Is it really the blood type? Like we're never gonna really know everything behind. So I wouldn't give any opinion on it right now because I didn't do that much research on it. I heard about it. But things change. Like 15 years ago, they were saying that dairy was good just because the industry wanted it.
Oh my God.
So we never know what's behind it. Like a big pharma are being paid, nutritionists would be like, people are being paid. So at the end of the day, it's hard to know what's exactly. That's why what I like to do is I like to do something, try it on me, and tell people this is what I noticed. So right or wrong, like there's no like absolute, because people that were preaching, I know for a fact that dairy is not good for your body. That's for sure. But like there's some of their stuff like that, like it's hard to have an opinion on it. It's hard to say 100%. So as you said, it's like everybody's kind of different. So try it for you, see what's worked best.
What works for you, exactly. Did your mom used to shove milk down your throat growing up?
No, but we were drinking a lot of milk. Like when I was young, I was drinking like at least 2-3 glasses of milk a day, just because I liked it, plus cereal. And I was a big drinker of Coca-Cola. Like my dad was buying the big pack and drinking 2 a day.
Jesus.
Yeah, it
like
was really
2 cans?
bad. Yeah, the cans. Yeah, fuck, it was bad. And at one point, I don't remember what age, but like teen, I started just drinking water mostly. And that's what people don't do enough. They don't drink enough water. And then as we talked about like a little previously, like they have coffee and all that stuff. And it actually makes their body thirsty. That's a major problem in society. People drink too much of bad stuff, not enough water.
Too much tequila.
Yeah, that too.
I don't put that in the bad stuff category. I'm sorry. We might have a difference of opinion.
Yeah, tequila is not that good. A good hangover with it for sure.
What do you drink when it comes to alcohol? Don't tell me you don't drink alcohol.
I don't drink alcohol, yeah.
Oh my God.
But
I could never date a bodybuilder.
No, it's not for bodybuilding reason. It's for spiritual reason. Like, you can't meditate if you drink. It affects your third eye.
Meditate in the morning and don't drink in the morning.
You can't. 24 hour after you drink, you can't meditate. So if you drink all the time, one glass there, this and that. And why would I drink so I see it like that. If I'm going to drink, I'm going to party. Like,
Yeah.
So let's say, okay, this weekend we're going yacht party and I want to let it loose, then I'm going to drink and I'm going to party. Because if I'm going to affect my body, I'd rather do it properly and have fun and then I'm done. Having 3-4 drinks at the restaurant for nothing is just damaging your body without, you're not even partying. And like, why would you do that to your body? I'd rather just go all in for a weekend.
Or not at all.
Or not at all. So,
I actually respect that. But then there's wine. Because I don't do that either. Like, I don't just get a drink, like, with my food. Or just, like, randomly take a shot for no reason. I'm actually quite the same way. It's like, I either want to, like, party, have a great time, or wine. Wine is a different situation.
It's the same because it's alcohol. As soon as you...
Didn't they say wine is good for you? Did they lie again? Is it the same story with milk?
Yeah, I mean, is it good? Like, in every topic about health and fitness and all that, there's both sides of the opinion. It's like for anything. The doctor going to say it's good. Like right now for anything, like say the vaccine. Some doctors say it's bad, some doctors say it's good. For the wine, it's the same thing. You never know the end of the story. Like, because both have study behind it and you never know what's good or not. So it's hard. I wouldn't say that wine is good. If you don't abuse it, okay. But if you drink a glass of wine every day, for sure it's not good for you.
No, but like a couple glasses of red wine with like a nice...
A couple?
A couple glasses of wine with like a nice steak or... like a nice fish. It's
but you
nice.
get tipsy, your body get tipsy inside. So
you get tipsy with 2 glasses of wine?
2 big glasses? Yeah, probably. Yeah, no, I don't drink. So yeah, probably. But like, if you have feeling outside, like if you're like, oh, I'm a little feeling, inside you have the feeling too. So it affects your sleep, nutrition, meditation, it affects everything. I'd rather not. And then if you want to do it one day a week or whatever, like some people just, they're too lazy. They're like, oh, I want my wine, I want my bad food, I want my fast food, this and that. Bro, it's your body. Like, if I treat my body like it's a Ferrari. Like, I give it the best. Like, people are gonna have cleaner for their house, for their car, for this, for that, but they put the most trash in their body. I do the opposite. Like, I treat my body like I only have one. I want it to be like nice, and I want it to be like performant, and I want to live my best life.
I like that. Look, I like that. I respect that. We might be a little different people, but that's okay. I kind of think like I'm here for a good time, not a long time. You know what I mean? Like, I try to be healthy, but then it's not my sole purpose in life.
But what's your sole purpose? You're talking about spirituality here, right? Sole purpose?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you have one sole purpose in life. I think like your purpose changes from one phase to another phase. For example, I smoke puffs. I'm not proud of it. But to me, I used to smoke cigarettes because where I'm from, smoking cigarettes is an extremely ordinary thing. Like, everybody smokes cigarettes where I'm from. So, like, not to, like, justify it, but...
But why would you smoke puff?
Because it made me stop smoking cigarettes.
I would tell you that you're weak-minded. That's what I would say. Just stop everything. It's like cheating on your girlfriend. Oh, no, I don't fuck girl. Now I just get blowjob. It's not as bad.
Okay, let me wrap my head around what you just told me. What?
Yeah.
You crazy person.
No, I say you're weak-minded because I can stop everything next day. I stopped coffee, which is the worst addiction of everybody. I stopped it one day. And I can, if I want to have coffee one day and not have it for a month, same thing. Like, people justify that, oh, this is not as bad. It's like a guy that do coke, and then he would be like, I used to do 2 grams a day, but now I just do 1. Like, no, you stop one shot. If you want to stop cigarette, you stop cigarette. You don't replace it. It's replacing an addiction.
I understand what you're saying, but you know why I don't think I'm weak-minded? Because I don't want to stop.
But why?
If I wanted to stop, if I told you I really want to stop, but I'm having a really difficult time stopping, like I keep telling myself stop and then I keep going back, that would be...
But what's the benefit of having that?
I enjoy it.
Enjoy what? What do you enjoy?
I enjoy smoking.
It's your subconscious mind that enjoy it.
No. It's the nicotine that I enjoy.
Yeah, but it's your subconscious mind. What does the nicotine does for you? It's really bad for your body, so why would you want to give it to him?
I don't think, I mean, look, I'm not a scientist. I know your body produces a very small amount of nicotine in your body. I'm not saying that makes it okay to smoke out of a USB device with some fruit juice. But personally, I have it under control. So I enjoy it a little bit here and there, and it doesn't bother me, honestly.
But it's bad for your body. If you would tell me that,
That's okay. There are so many things that are bad for your body.
yeah, but if
But
you
what are
would,
you drinking over there? Like, what is
sparkling
that?
water with fruit.
Like, it doesn't that have sugar in it? Like, are
Not
you
really
saying
from the fruit.
everything you put in your body and everything you do is 100% perfection?
No, if I party, like let's say once in a while, if I party, I know it's bad, but I wouldn't do something every day.
Yeah.
It's like if you say, "Oh, I take 2 tequila shot every morning." Why? Oh, just because I enjoy it. It's the same as your puff. It's like it's not nothing good for your body. Like if you tell me I want to have a good time, like you're not having a good time doing puff. Like if you're partying, you're having a good time. You want to let loose. You want to enjoy with your friend. You don't want to think about your health. That's okay. If every day you're doing something bad for your body, with nothing benefit from it, because it's not having fun. It's not nothing healthy. It's just you replace cigarettes for it, and you can't justify why. And nicotine is bad, and everything is bad because it damages your throat. And actually, there's a lot of study that prove that vaping is really, really bad for you, even worse than smoking because of the device and all that stuff. So to me, it's just being weak-minded. It's like, okay, I can't stop, and I justify it with other reason. And to me, I just compare it as not cheating as much on your girlfriend. It's like, oh, it's not as bad because now it's just blowjob. No, it's still cheating.
No, that's different because you're bringing another person into the equation and another person's feelings and your commitment to another person. So you're exponentially, by that example, making this worse. So it's
Well,
not
I could
an
give
equal.
you anything else.
It's not
Like,
an equal example. If you're gonna make an example, make it an equal example. Like
I could
like
think
when
about
you
another one.
like when you compare it to smoking cigarettes, that works
But I
because
could
you know
say
it's like
tequila then. Like, it's like having 2 shots of tequila instead of the bottle. Like, or instead of, it's like, or I'm having 2 glasses of wine every day instead of having tequila. That's exactly the same. It's like,
yeah. No,
why would
look,
you do it?
I hear you. I'm not here to say that like I'm doing the right thing, but I'm also not here to say that I'm gonna stop.
But no, but I'm
But
just
then-
trying to understand the reason behind.
but
Because
then
I have a friend that did the same thing as
Yeah.
you.
Okay, here's how I handle my biz. I smoke my puff very moderately. Very, very moderately. And I do breath work every morning. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, there's a beautiful balance between self-destruction and then self-help. And then people are like, wait, but you do breath work every morning. Like, you're so committed to it. How are you the same kind of person who smokes puffs? And I'm like, but don't you think I needed more because I smoke puffs? Why does everything have to be like so mutually exclusive? Like, if you're a healthy person, you just have to be this person who like wakes up really early and meditates and eats right and works out and like doesn't do anything like it. That sounds so one-dimensional to me. No offense, you're great. But to me, it's like, yeah, I might be a little bad, but then I'll come back and I'll be a little good.
But why would you do that? Like, why
Because
would
it's
you
fun
damage
to
your
me.
body?
It's fun. It's balanced. I
Smoking
enjoy
puff?
it. I enjoy it. Hasn't it been a part of a study that when you enjoy something, it adds to your life? I enjoy it.
Not really. Like, this is what I think. I studied a lot of neuroscience and all the psychology. It's your brain, your subconscious mind trying to convince you of something that you need it or you enjoy it, but you don't. If you really go deeper and we crack it down, you have an addiction or something. Like if we go really deep,
We all have an addiction. I have an addiction to my phone.
but why would you justify an addiction and say, oh, just it's not a bad
Do you
addiction?
have an addiction to your phone?
No,
To social media?
no,
You don't.
no.
How long could you go without your phone?
I work with it. If I didn't, I would be happy.
Just, like, throw it away?
Yeah, I almost quit social media in 2020.
But you make money. Actually, me too. If
I make
didn't
money out of it. That's the only reason. But yeah, I hate it. It's really toxic having your phone.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that like we're all addicted to some things and we all do and ingest things that are not good for us. And I
Yeah,
think
but if there's a balance, like what you're
there's
talking about
balance.
phone, we make money out of it. So it justify the addiction. It's work. But as I said, let's say that you would say, okay, I do boxing, so I receive hit in the face. It's not good, but it's actually my work. It's this and that, and you can justify it. But puff, alcohol, those shit, that if you don't do party and stuff, if you just do it every day to damage.
I got something for you.
Go ahead.
Every time I take a hit out of my puff, it actually forces me to take a really, really deep breath.
Why don't you just take deep breath?
Because I wouldn't normally. But when I smoke it, it makes me take a really deep breath. So
you just justify yourself. Why don't if you just put it that, hey, I should just deep breath now? Or
I do.
You keep it in your hand, you're like, oh, I should deep breath instead. And you don't smoke it. No, you really want to damage your body, and you could work subconsciously to find what's the deal with it.
Look, the day I outlive you...
It's not going to happen, but yeah, you can think so.
You never know. Because both my grandparents smoked cigarettes, like, on their deathbed. And my grandpa died at 97, and my grandma died at 89, I think.
Yeah, it's possible.
Extremely old, and they were healthy until the day they died.
It's possible. Everybody's built different.
Exactly. It's like genetics.
Not good for your body.
I agree, but it's like at the end of the day, you shouldn't do too much of anything that's bad for you. You shouldn't be obsessive, I feel like. You know, you shouldn't be too obsessed with anything. Just like, don't be one-dimensional. If you're good, I mean, I personally don't like too good either.
I like it.
You know? It's kind of like, I don't know. It's too clean.
No, it's good. You'll get used to it.
Like a little bit of badness is good for you.
Yeah, I have bad stuff. It's just bad stuff that feel good. Not like puffing.
Elaborate.
Another podcast.
Yeah, but I do think that genetics plays such a huge role, honestly.
It does. I mean, yeah.
Right?
Everybody's built different. Some people are more resistant and stuff like that. That's for sure.
Yeah. And even like when it comes to, well, not just health, but like the way you gain weight, the way you lose weight, genetic plays such a huge role in that. It's like if you're genetically gifted, it's going to take you a much less time to see beautiful results.
Yeah, it's easier. It's commitment. It's just people that, but you can change it. There's way to change it. Change your stuff, but your DNA and all that stuff. Like there's way to just...
What? You can change your DNA?
Yeah, you can alternate it. Like you can improve yourself.
Right.
Joe Dispenza proved it that with meditation and stuff like that, you can improve your immune system, you can improve, accelerate your body and all that stuff.
Right, like so that's more like epigenetics, right? Because you can't change your genetics. So it's like when you expose yourself to a certain environment, you activate genes that weren't otherwise going to be activated. So that's your epigenetics. It's like you expose yourself to something for long enough of a time, then you activate certain things. For example, like when you work out, not just like a normal amount that like normal, but like when you are really dedicated and committed to like a healthy lifestyle, that actually does get written in your genetics, and you can pass it down to your children, even if it wasn't passed down to you necessarily.
Yeah, exactly. You can modify it. Like, I don't exactly know the specific terms in English and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I just call it genetic. Yeah. But yeah, you can modify. I mean, at the end, of course, a Chihuahua is a Chihuahua, a Pit Bull is a Pit Bull. So there's like some people are more built. Like, of course, if you're talking about size and muscle and stuff, you can't really modify it unless you do steroids. But even steroids has limitation. But people are built differently. But yeah, everybody can achieve result. They just has to have commitment. Right. But some people, yeah, they just have at the beginning they have better genetic. Like, yeah.
So it's like you're starting. Like if we're doing a marathon or whatever, and like the start line is here, right? People that have better genetics are a few steps ahead, and people that have quote unquote worse genetics, whatever, they would be just a little bit more behind. You could still catch up, but it's just going to take that much more work.
Yeah, exactly. The more muscle you build, the better it is after to burn the fat and all that stuff. So yeah, you can improve it if you work out, if you do all that stuff. Like, you see it, fat people that transform and then they become like they were genetically gifted or whatever. But yeah, you can improve it. But of course, like some people, if you take Usain Bolt, he was built to run.
Yeah.
Like, of course, there's like you can't really outrun it. Some people will challenge it, but like you're different built for different purpose. So yeah, everybody has is strength.
Right. I know, like, Brazilians are
The good genetic.
known for this. Like, I've, especially before when I used to do more modeling, like, I knew so many Brazilian girls that, like, we got to be really close with each other, where we would hang out, like, all day, and I would just, like, be like, okay, let's go work out, and we would go work out, and she would just kind of, like, be on her phone the whole time, taking selfies, and I'm like, wait, but you don't work out? She's like, no. I'm like, you don't work out? She's like, no. And she would always have a muffin in her bag. Always.
Yeah, they have crazy butt genetic and stuff.
Genetics.
Yeah. There's a lot of steroids going on in too. Like I know a lot of Brazilian friends. The doctor prescribed it like crazy. They have a new thing. It's the chip in your ass that releases testosterone, and like they're really deep into that stuff. They have good genetic, but it's like, yeah, everybody want to look good. It's a culture there. Like if you go in Brazil, people look amazing everywhere. So it's like a culture. Like everybody's look amazing. They work out. They do their thing. So yeah.
Tan.
See it like as Sparta. Like they were keeping the best of the best. So like people, only the strong survive. Like those are like country that they're rough country, they're third world and stuff like that, like Africa and stuff. So only the strong genetics survive through the years. So that's why they like they have crazy shape and stuff like that. Yeah.
Only the beautiful. Only the beautiful survives. You brought up steroids, and I would love to ask you about steroids.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so I obviously don't know anything about steroids, but I'm just imagining that it like promotes synthesizing, I don't know, some kind of protein that makes muscles in your body.
It helped to build muscle, yeah, and
Right.
Burn fat and stuff like that. Like the body, I don't know the exact number, but the body is gonna have a certain amount of free testosterone and active testosterone. And then when you shoot testosterone, you're actually increasing it by a massive amount. Like, so yeah, of course, if you shoot testosterone, and you can shoot, there's a lot of other steroids too on the market, like and stuff that you can put in your body, like even growth hormone. So yeah, it can improve it.
And then like you can break out, and you can get like all these like side effects.
It depends on the quality of the oil where you take your steroids. So yeah, if you have good steroids, like good testosterone, and you don't shoot crazy amount, you're not necessarily going to break out. But if you're not consistent, like there's a whole process. Like people should know what they're doing when they're shooting steroids. Like if you want to shoot testosterone, if you want to combine it with stuff, you should know what you're doing, which pills to take with it, also what not to do. And there's a lot of reason why you could break out. Like it's not, it could be the sweat, it could be your electrolyte are not balanced, there's not enough salt, your skin pore are dirty, because testosterone could increase your sweat because you're more hot. So if you don't have a good hygiene with it, you drink dairy, there's like meat, bad quality, like there's a lot of things that can comes into play of the pimple breakout. And
you could go bald. It could like damage your nerves. I knew this guy who like severely damaged a nerve in his leg.
Yeah, because he didn't know where to shoot. So like
really unfortunate.
Yeah, I shot my friend for years. Like I did over 3,000-4,000 injection. But the thing is, you need to know to study where you can shoot in, like in the muscle and stuff like that. Yeah, of course.
And you can do it yourself. It's not like you have to go to a doctor.
No, you can do it yourself. It's no big deal. But the thing is, if you don't know and you shoot anywhere else, yeah, the needle could in the leg. If you shoot on the side, yeah, you can. They call it. Normally, people don't damage it that bad. It could be a semi-paralysis for 24 to 48 hours. So this happened to some people I know, but you have to shoot to the wrong spot.
Is that what's going on in the men's locker room in the gym?
No, I don't think
people are just like shooting each other up.
It's just that people don't. There's some people that educate on the topic. Like there's some professional like about the topic. Like I know people that give advice and stuff like that. So it's just a lot of people, they don't really they do whatever, and that's what happened. Like
they're like, I want to get big, and if this is the way to do it, I don't have to be educated on it.
yeah,
Just like
a
shoot
friend
me
say
up.
shoot this, shoot there, blah blah.
Jesus
Doesn't have
Christ.
the right information, so it end up like I'd say that I'm not against steroids. If you want to do it, you can do it. The thing is, if you want to do it properly. That's what I would say. Like I competed Mr. Canada and stuff, so I did take steroids.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it, I was followed by two of the top people in Canada for it. Like they were telling me what to take, how much to take, explaining me why, how to not damage your whole hormonal system. Also the female, there's a lot of female that takes Anavar and all those shit. It's really bad. Most of the time it's not really Anavar. It's going to damage your hormone. And as a female, I would always advise not to touch.
Reproductive disorders?
No, it's just female are very sensitive. You have your period and all that stuff. You already have a lot of hormonal balance, like imbalance and swing. Like if you mix like those drugs and stuff, it's really hard then to rebalance.
A monster.
Yeah, it's just
a strong imagine
it's like, what?
Wait, imagine a female who's not just very, very, very emotional, but she could also kick your ass.
Yeah, there's some girls that are big. Yeah, it does happen. There's 2-3 girls at Gold Gym that they're bigger than me. Yeah, for sure.
Wow. I mean, hey.
You do you.
Exactly.
If you like it, be my guest.
Yeah. I know that like a lot of, as you said, like a lot of people are abusing it though. Like they're doing really high dosage, like more than they should. Is this correct? Can weird things happen with your nipples?
Yeah, you can have gyno. So the gyno, it's like you're actually
Okay,
so
they drop.
no. So the thing is, if you have boobs, it's natural.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay, so if you grab your boobs, you're gonna feel underneath. It's like the breast. So guys, we have the gland, but it's not evolving. It's just there.
There, yeah.
If you produce, it's prolactin or something. I don't remember the exact word in English, but basically it's too much estrogen. You're imbalanced. It can make it grow, and then some guys can't get rid of it, so they need the surgery to remove it because the gland is there. So it actually makes the nipple looks weird. But that's a lot of guys that don't know what they're doing. Or I even have friends that compete and they're just sensitive to estrogen. And let's say they're going to take trenbolone or a highly estrogenic product. They're going to create the gyno. And then they need to get it removed. And it's just a surgery. They cut it, they remove it.
I've definitely seen nipples like that in Vegas pool parties.
Yeah, of course.
100%.
It's part of it. If you abuse, you can lose hair, like Masteron, Tren, all those products. They also gonna make you some hair loss, mostly on the top of the head, and you can have your balls shrink a little, but you can make them grow again.
Damn, all that is worth it?
I mean, if you do it right, you can always fix it. The ball shrinks because when you shoot testosterone, your own testosterone
you don't need
production,
to make it. Yeah,
but then you
down.
you can send signal with other product just to start again, and then they go back to normal. They're just, as I said, people don't get educated. They do whatever. They don't know what they're doing. And let's say they're gonna do a highly estrogenic product. They don't take the anti-estrogen that goes with it. So your body is perfect at the beginning, and now you're trying to mess around with the hormones. So if you're gonna you're supposed to kind of balance. So yeah, most of the doctor, when they're gonna put people on TRT, is testosterone replacement therapy. They're gonna give them low dosage of testosterone and just testosterone. They're not gonna mix it with anything else. This has almost no side effect. Actually, as of 30 years old, men stop producing, like not stop, but they produce less and less testosterone.
Right.
And there's more side effect of being a low testosterone man than a high testosterone. That's why they created testosterone therapy.
So why don't guys just do that? Just like instead of shooting steroids, why not just do testosterone? Because that's really what you need. You just need more testosterone, no?
Yeah, but they want to get bigger. They want all the stuff. Like there's no such thing as the pump of trenbolone and stuff like that. But yeah, it mess up with your mind and all that stuff. Like I always suggest people to take only testosterone if they want to do something. Yeah.
And why is it that guys hide having gotten steroids? It's like you could never ask a guy if he got steroids and he would just be like, yeah, I did. They always lie about it.
I guess it's because if people would be like...
It's like when girls get lip fillers.
Yeah, the thing is like, people gonna look at a guy and gonna be, oh, it's steroids. No, this is lazy people finding the excuses that someone is in shape because of steroids. Yes, it helps, but someone is in shape all year long need more than steroids. You need dedication, workout, food. Just taking steroids is not going to be in shape. But people that are lazy and not doing the work and then they're going to see someone, this is just steroids. So they find the excuse to justify that they feel, you're never going to say something negative about people. Like, if you feel comfortable with yourself and you don't feel threatened and you're not jealous, if you express those emotions and you attack
100%.
someone, it's because
100%.
it's your own self that you're projecting. So
Yeah.
I see someone with money, it must be a rich dad, this and that. It must be a drug
Yeah.
dealer.
Yeah.
Like,
when you see a beautiful girl, you're like, oh, but she's like gotten things
Yeah.
done and this and that. First of all, you don't know if she did.
and even if she did,
Even if she did,
What's up?
she could, and she did, and now she's hot. If you can, you do it, and you'll be hot.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
hate.
Yeah, and it's like any other thing. Like, but people, guys, often not gonna say it because they don't want people to minimize their result,
work.
their work. But at the end of the day, if you feel comfortable with yourself, you shouldn't be worried. Like, okay, I do steroids. Like, what's the deal? Now it's more common. Like, honestly, I would say 8 or 9 people out of 10 in the gym, like, guys do steroids or did it. It's no big deal.
Do you do steroids?
Not anymore. Like, not right now.
But like before you
Yeah.
you've done it.
I mean, will I do it again? Maybe. Yeah.
Because don't you guys go on like cycles?
Yeah, you can do 6 months off, 6 months on. You could do 4-8. You could do 8-4. You could be all year long. It depends what you take. I stopped it for spiritual reason. I wanted to see how testosterone affect the third eyes, and what I would love, like, what if I'm gonna restart or do something, I'll do probably a low dosage of HGH with primobolan and maybe a little testosterone. So it's 3 products that I like to combine.
That's great. I like your honesty. And I wonder what I would get if I were to search side effects of steroids versus side effects of puffing. Which one would be worse?
The
I'm
puffing.
Very curious.
Testosterone, there's no really side effect to it.
Are you sure?
I'm sure about it. You gain a lot of stuff.
You.
But you gain from it. That's for sure.
You gain something. I mean,
Yeah.
you get what you want out of it. You know?
Yeah, it helps your body. It makes your body more performant, better recovery. You're more horny. That's also a reason why I stopped it.
Always better.
No. This is worse. You can't focus on work. Too much testosterone, you don't work anymore. So yeah.
And it's like guys also get very like moody and like anxious because I have an older brother and he used to do cycles. He was very much like a gym rat, and like he had like a phase where he was like in his early 20s and he would just insane health, like super obsessed, and he would do cycles of doing steroids. And I remember vividly that he would just be so much more just like angry.
The thing is, as I said, you're getting more, like, you're hot. Like, you feel like, you know, when you're outside and you're just feeling hot and like you're like your patience drop and
Annoyed.
it's just, you're just annoyed because your body's like reacting, and it's like, of course. And then if you mix other product, like I said, like trenbolone or stuff like that, I don't touch this product because it make me crazy. You're actually like a woman but with testosterone, so it's like, it's a bad mix. Like, very mood swing. I know guys that would cry watching ads or movie or stuff like that. It's just because trenbolone is very high estrogenic product and stuff like that. It affects your hormone, and it plays with your estrogen level, your testosterone level. Like, you unbalance stuff. So at the end of the day, it affects you. Like, it makes you less patient. There's a lot of stuff that goes with it. You learn to control it. Some people just find it in excuses, but you could see yourself
losing control of your
losing a little
emotions.
control, yeah.
Way
But like
quicker.
women, if you're in your period.
Exactly. So I actually would be completely okay with every man in the world to just shoot steroids for a while, just so that you can maybe get a feeling, just get a little taste of what it feels
But I'm
like.
100% normal even on steroids. Like, it's just, you have to control your emotion. Like, when you're period, you should control yourself. Like, you feel the burst coming, like the roid rage, but it's just, you have to control it. This, like, you tell yourself that it's not okay, you breathe, and this is good. But of course, if you use it and if you just act on it every time, yeah, you're gonna be aggressive.
Not every time, but like, I hope it, like, are you single?
Oh yeah, I'm single.
Okay, I hope once you get a girlfriend and she's on her period and she's like having mood swings and like she's throwing something at you and you just go like, honey, I need you to control your emotions.
Well, she's not gonna be
She's
throwing
gonna
at me.
smack you.
No. I never had problem with my girlfriend on their period. They don't do that to me. It's not something I allow in relationship.
You don't like,
Nah.
you don't comfort her when she like needs to be comforted?
Yeah, but she don't give me shit for nothing. Like, I don't do that. Like, you're moody, you want to do something, like, get your own shit. Like, work on your stuff.
But you don't even have to be on your period to be moody. Sometimes you just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Not even like that. Like sometimes, don't you ever like get like gloomy, like literally
Yeah.
in the middle of the day for no reason? I got
It
like that
happened.
literally like 2 days ago where I was having a great day and then out of nowhere, and it doesn't happen very often at all. Like I'm not very emotional, I'm very logical, I'm very like under control, but like sometimes it happens and I really am so blessed to have the type of people around me who are just like so extremely like understanding and lenient and kind. And like my roommate's like, oh, you're not feeling well, like are you okay, do you want to talk about it? And I was like,
Yeah, talking about it. Yeah, but if she's really giving attitude or something, like she can go for a walk. She can like
Yeah.
don't be in my space giving me shit. This is not gonna work. Like I don't allow that type of behavior around me.
yeah, I know what you mean. It's
Imagine
like, don't
if
be
I shoot and
irresponsible.
I keep exploding on you. You would be like, fuck, babe, this is very annoying. Or even if I'm normal and I keep
Yeah.
giving you shit or being moody or this or that. No, I don't need that type of person in my life. Like, if you share my life, it's because I have very high standards. So if you're in my life, it's because we don't fight. There's like, of course you can have bad day like anybody else. But if she's going to give you attitude when you're trying to help her or whatever, then she can just do her own thing. Like, I don't need to stay around.
You can just fuck off. No, I
Yeah.
agree with what you're saying. So I agree to a point where it's like, okay, you're a responsible adult. Have your shit under control. Don't ruin my day. But at the same time, I'm also trying to be there for you. I'm also trying to comfort you. Let me know what there is that I can do to help you better your day. But it's like, if you are trying to help and if you are trying to be there for her and she like is still like being like that, then I
Yeah,
get
exactly.
it. And it's like, go have
Yeah,
a walk.
you want to be there for your partner and be the best as you can, but there's no reason like that she would keep giving you shit when you try to be there. Like, this doesn't work with me. I would just tell her to like think about it and fix her shit, and then she can come like see me or whatever. I could just go do my thing.
Yeah. You also don't want to reinforce that kind of behavior. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's like, as much as like I love, being coddled and like, but you do not want to reinforce bad behavior because then
Yeah.
it becomes this pattern of like, oh, but every time I do it, you act this way. So now why is it different? So it's like pretty early on. You want to be sweet, but you want to be
Yeah.
firm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, women are very emotional. Guys were very rational.
Let's
logical.
not generalize.
No, but no, every woman is very more emotional than men. This is proven.
No,
But-
that's not proven.
Oh, it
We're
is.
talking about psychology. Bring
is.
it on.
I swear it is. Women are more emotional.
Every woman is more emotional than every man, is what you're
No,
saying.
every man, but women in general, and they're more emotional. This is for fact.
Averagely.
Yeah, than men. And then it's
So
the
don't say
feminine
every
side.
woman and every man. Just say
But-
averagely.
So we have feminine side and women and men's side. So
Yeah.
the feminine side is emotional. So some guys that have
Yeah.
more a higher feminine side is going to be more emotional. But most of the women, they're more emotional.
Yeah.
This is it. You have so guys were rational, logical, and women are emotional. You react emotionally.
Averagely, not always. It's
Yeah,
true.
most of the time,
I know
yeah.
lots of guys who are highly, highly emotional. And let's not forget that guys also have different hormonal periods in the month. They just don't get periods,
Mm-hmm.
so they're not just like as well known as females. But yeah, I agree. Like averagely, women tend to be more emotional than men.
Mm-hmm.
Now continue.
But it's just that, yeah, so we think differently. So then you have to adapt for sure. Like, it's just, they're more emotional. And sometimes it's like, I don't know, it's the feminine side. They just
Yeah.
have to calm it down. Like, you need to know how to adjust. There's
Where
a
do you
good
think
book.
that comes from, though? Like, where do you, when you say that feminine side, like, where's that come from? Is it biology? Like, do women have sensitive, emotional, like, genetics, and men have rational, logical genetics? Or is it more
I wouldn't
like...
say genetic. This is more like a spiritual topic. This is more like emotional. I wouldn't know what I would call it, but it's just like the yin and yang. There's feminine energy, masculine energy.
Yeah.
And feminine are more in tone with their emotion. Like guys that are very spiritual or in tune with their emotion and stuff, it's just that they develop the feminine side. It's just that how we call it. But so how they gonna say it in spirituality is not, because you think about feminine in terms of male and female, this is very different. We're talking about feminine and masculine energy in terms of not necessarily gender. It's like weird topic. It's hard to explain, like the in 3D and versus 5D explanation.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly how I would explain it like that, but yeah, we all have a feminine energy and masculine energy, and the feminine energy would be more emotional.
Yeah.
So society wanted men to be man, and then guys went and just pushed down the emotional side, the feminine energy. And women are more feminine.
Yeah. Nurturing, softer, emotional.
They're like made to be mom, carrying a baby and all that stuff. So yeah, they're more like in tune with their emotion. They're more feminine, and it comes with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
More estrogen too, like
and
stuff like that. So it plays a part in it. Yeah.
So I do think like the estrogen and like the testosterone part of it would be like, well, like the biological aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
Like testosterone, which is like what we think masculinity, like your aggression, your ambition, your protectiveness, and like estrogen is like, you know, nurturing and taking care and, you know, being softer and like, you know, emotional, as you said. But I do think like the biggest part of it is like society, though, you know? It's like if a little girl and a little boy fall down at the same time, the girl starts crying and the boy will probably not cry, just because like he's always been told boys don't cry, and then it becomes men don't cry, and then it becomes like don't show your emotions, don't talk about your emotions, men don't talk about their emotions because women are emotional.
Yeah.
It's like men have emotions too.
This is a whole topic, like how society breeds people and control and stuff. This is a whole, like, people like to say conspiracy or whatever. But yeah, we mess up human a lot. If you go back to, we should have a good balance of feminine and masculine energy, and society ruined it for us based on standard. Just because they made ads in order to make us believe it's not manly to cry, it's not manly to be in tune with emotion, when you should have a good balance of your emotion. And actually, like I say female, women prefer it, like a man that is in tune with their emotion.
Absolutely.
I'd
100%.
say women, like a woman that is not balanced and not in tune, she's gonna like the bad boy that is don't cry, this and that. But if you're talking about very feminine and powerful energy, like a goddess, like a woman that is in charge, that like has her shit together, she gonna like a man that has both feminine and masculine energy.
And I think there's a really, like, I think there's beauty. Like, we've been talking about balance since we started this episode, and I love it because that goes with everything. And I think there's a beauty in, like, owning masculine and feminine energy, whether you're a boy or a girl, whether you're a woman or a man. I think that balance needs to be there. It's beautiful to have both. And then all those guys that, like, you know, when you're little and like they tell you these things and you suppress your emotions, you turn into a man who doesn't know how to put his emotions to words.
Yeah, it's all the ego. So society is based on ego, and men are scared of judgment, and it's all based on your ego and stuff like that. So yeah, when you let go of the ego and you actually become yourself, and you can feel vulnerable, and you're not scared of showing yourself to the world. Yeah, you have emotion, and it's okay to show them. So,
you know what it is? It's like not just like scared of being judged. It's being scared of getting judged to being feminine. Men don't want to seem feminine. Like like when you're super young, it's like you throw like a girl, you run like a girl, you catch like a girl, don't be a pussy, you know, like all these things. It's like so negative.
Yeah.
Like all the, like everything that's feminine. Oh, like, oh, you crying, you're a girl, you know, like all these things, like it's so poisonous, it's so toxic. Like,
it's society that made it like that. They advertise like how they want.
you want to be a
they
man,
want it
like
to
you want to be
yeah.
strong, you don't want to show any emotions, you don't want to show any feelings. Like
Exactly.
nobody wants that.
No, it should be a balance, but it's coming back.
Yeah.
2020, there was a big year of change, a big year of energy cycling and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, now people are more in tune. People are getting their shit together more and more.
Yeah.
And we're reconnecting with what is it to be a real man and a real woman. And yeah, but
I'm very happy. I'm here to see it. I do have a little bit of fear that now I feel like I could be very wrong, but like tell me what you think. I feel like we're gonna fall off the other end of the spectrum.
like what?
Like, I feel like we came from extremely manly, masculine men who would shove down their emotions and never cry and never open up about their feelings, wouldn't even really be able to put their feelings to words. And now we're in this transition where now I feel like, maybe not now, but in the future, since like I feel like everything is becoming opposite. So I think maybe in the future, we're probably gonna have extremely feminine males.
I'm not sure. Like at the end, it's like there's gonna be balance for sure. Like people will just be themselves. Like
I hope so.
I think the mask will drop. People will like more people are just being themselves. Like less judgment, less ego.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it should be a balance. Like give it 10, 15 years should be good.
Damn, 10, 15 years?
Yeah.
I wish it was more in my era of dating.
You still gonna date in 10 years, 15 years?
No, dude. I'm going to be like 40.
It's
more,
perfect.
like 42.
It's okay. But yeah, you can get men that has their shit together. Like there's a lot of guy like that work on themselves. So yeah, it's more and more popular is the new thing.
It really is, and it's one of my favorite trends. Like I've actually never had a trend that I liked more than this. The fact that people are so into like self-development and self-improvement and just being healthy and aware and working on themselves. Like so many people are seeing therapists. I love that.
The thing is, the world is not going well right now, and a lot of people realize it more in 2020 when Corona was there and all that shit that people had to face their demon. They couldn't escape
Their house.
in drugs, party all the time, going social and not living. They were forced to be with their partner, seeing what they don't like, what they've been avoiding and all that stuff. That's why so many couples broke.
Yeah.
People were forced to deal with themselves, their own demons, shadows and stuff like that. So yeah, people were improving. And actually people realize that they're not happy. That's the thing. That's what people realize, that even if you have money, even if you have everything, they're not happy. That's why they have to find their own happiness inside. And that's how most of people become spiritual. They're like, fuck, I'm not happy in life. Let's go inside, see what's up.
Whereas usually you would just like hit up your friends and go get fucked up and distract yourself. What I loved about this year, obviously Corona sucked. Obviously losing so many people and losing so many jobs and all that sucked. But I think one thing that was good about it, which I think you would agree, is that exactly, like people were left alone with themselves. They had to figure themselves out, and they didn't have the opportunity to distract themselves like they normally would.
Yeah, there's good and bad in every situation. I think Corona has a lot of good, a lot of bad, like everything else. There's long term is gonna be a good outcome out of it. There's a lot of positive stuff coming out. So it was a necessary good. Like it could have been any other situation that make it happen. We don't choose, it was that, but I'm kind of happy that it happened because a lot of people put their shit together with it.
It also didn't affect your business it didn't impact it negatively that much because you do training online, right?
Yeah, I do training online. Social media work was similar, mostly the same. People were more on their phone, but I would have found any other way. Like there was tons of business that you can do. There's always opportunity. People, like there's always a way to make money. Like if it's not this, you can reinvent yourself. Like there's no big deal. about it. Like, I would have find other way to do money.
What would you do if, like, for example, this was to just, like, completely, like, just go to shits?
Social media? I would do finance. I would start business. You can do Amazon. You can do forex trading. You can do crypto. Like, I got back into crypto, but I was in it 5 years ago. Like, you can do whatever you want. Like, anything you're passionate about, you can do it. Like, that's what people don't understand. So how it works in life, I see it as leveling. Like, let's say you would play a video game. As long as you don't beat the boss, which is something in your life. So let's say that I'm in a relationship with you and we're not meant to be together. We're toxic. Until I drop you, which the quest, the mission of this level that life is throwing at me, because we're here to grow. We're here to become our higher self unhurt. So this level is to drop you, quit you, and realize that, hey, this was not what I'm looking for. So all my past relationships were not good, and I evolve, and now I know what I want out of a relationship. So until you really do it, you can't go to the next level. So no matter what you do, if you don't drop this, or if you don't drop your work or stuff like that, and when you're going to align yourself with what you want to do. So let's say I'm passionate about cars and I want to make a living out of the car. Then life is just going to test you to see if you really want to do it, if it's really your purpose, if you're going to stick to it, and it's going to throw stuff at you, and you just have to keep doing it. So I would just pick anything that I feel like I want to do, because you're supposed to enjoy the journey. It's same thing as fitness or anything. Like, people just see the goal, I want to be in shape, but they don't enjoy the process of being healthy, training, and all that stuff. Same thing as a business. The end result. They want the money, but they don't want to enjoy the process. So find something that you can do every day that you're passionate about and that you like. So that's why I do health and all that spiritual stuff, because it's a simple question. I would ask someone, hey, I give you $1 million a year, what would you do? A lot of people, I would be traveling. Because you never traveled 7 months of a year. You wouldn't be traveling all the time. Living in a hotel every single day for months, you're not gonna like it. You want a routine, you want to have your spot. Like, I did it. It's not as fun being in the airport all the time and shit like that. Like, people think it's so cool, but then if you like traveling and you want to explore and you want to create a blog and you want to talk about it, or a car or whatever you want to do, then you find this and you just make it happen. Like, you keep pushing it and you find a way. And life is going to be testing you to see if you're really ready for this. So, yeah, I would just do whatever. Like, could be cars, could be finance, could be forex.
What have been some of the life's tests in your life? Like, when was some time that, or something that, like, life tested you, like, the hardest?
When I was on social media, after when I dropped my job to go social media and I did a bankruptcy.
Oh, shit.
Then I had no money. I was broke, but I knew where I was going. I was like, I'm going to make it happen no matter what. I'll do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
And I just kept going. So after the bankruptcy, I made myself back. And then there was always event happening. Like, so life is going to test you for no matter what, even for the perfect relationship. It's like, you should never settle. So I was telling a friend, like, the other day, it's like, you can't settle for stuff. So let's say I want a perfect relationship, okay? Same thing for your job and stuff, but relationships, sometimes it's easier to explain. You're going to do a list. Let's say 5 or 10 things that you want. Yeah. This is what I'm aiming for. And I don't get in a relationship unless I get it, right? So there's no 3 on 5. There's no 4 on 5. It has to be the 5 on 5. And I don't settle. And sometime in work or stuff, people... if they don't make it, they're going to settle for less, or they're going to be like, oh, I'll go back getting a job, or I'll do this, or I'll settle for this girl. Like, sex is average, but we have a good chemistry and this and that. No, you want good sex, you want this, you want that. Don't settle for less.
But you also don't get everything.
You will. You will manifest it. And with that thinking, no, you won't. That's the thing.
But do you believe that perfect exists? Because I personally believe that there is no perfection. I don't believe that there's a perfect person. I don't believe that there's a perfect relationship.
But who said perfect? So
you said perfect.
No, I didn't say perfect. I said 5 on 5. So
That's perfect.
that's not perfect. That's what I want. So let's say I want chemistry, someone that is always good energy, good mood. I want someone that sex is crazy good,
Yeah.
and I want someone that's willing to experience new stuff and travel. And then another thing, it's not perfect. It's just someone that likes to do activity and fitness, likes to travel and explore and do new stuff. Like then you have someone that is improving in spiritual. You have good sex and good chemistry. It's 5 things that I'm not ready to settle. I want this in a person.
Those are like your 5 top priorities that
For
you're
a
just
partner.
like not willing to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
No, I feel you. On that, I feel you. So I feel like you can set specific priorities that you will just not back down.
exactly.
You know? And it's different for people. It's like for someone, it's like, oh, I need the person to be like absolutely educated. I need him to be like
Exactly.
really tall. Whatever it is for you. Actually, I don't know with appearance though.
So-
with appearance, you might have to.
But you also want to be attracted, physically attracted. But then
Yeah.
sometime I could have a good chemistry with a blonde
With
and a
some- yeah,
brunette or this or
exactly.
that. It doesn't
Don't be
really
too
matter.
specific,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But you can manifest it. And then when I say life is going to test you, so let's say that this is what I want. And then they're going to send me you. That sex is going to be crazy and this and that. But you're a 4 on 5 on my list. And I'm like, I'm missing this thing. Like she doesn't like to do sport, but you have all the rest. You like traveling, sex is good, you're evolving, you're this. Then people are gonna get tricked and they're gonna settle in that relationship. But then it's not gonna be enough. You're not gonna be fulfilled. You're not like, that's why I say it doesn't need to be perfect, but life is gonna throw you something until you're ready to manifest what's the best for you, what's coming for you. And if you settle down for less in terms of work, less in terms of whatever, then you don't succeed. You don't make it to the next level.
Okay, so I agree with you, but like I'm just such a devil's advocate type of person, and I actually do have like an opposing point. Like I agree with 90% of the stuff you're saying. Like I absolutely believe that you should manifest like the perfect life that you want for yourself, because why wouldn't you shoot for the stars? Why wouldn't you imagine the best possible scenario for yourself and actually like go towards it, like walk towards it, like look, whether it's like, as you said, work or relationship, like go for the best thing that you can find. But I feel like there are like funny things, funny tricks that life plays on you sometimes. And like sometimes you discover things about yourself that you didn't know were there.
That's why they can change.
Yeah.
But the thing is, life is going to test you to see if it's really what you want.
Yeah, so it's like you're saying, okay, this person out of 5 has like 4 of the things that I want, but she doesn't have that one. She doesn't like sports. So I know if I get in a relationship with her, that's going to bother me. But then guess what? You might get in a relationship with her, and then she might have this 6th thing that you didn't really know about. But then that 6th thing comes to replace the liking the sports. And then you're gonna be like, oh, well, I guess somehow it worked out. She didn't have that one thing that I wanted, but she had another thing or 2 other things.
Then
instead.
it's because it wasn't a priority for you. Like there's no way in the world that I'm with a girl that doesn't like to do sports or activity. That's 100% sure.
Yeah.
If what I'm
that's
saying,
everything about you.
So what you would
Yeah.
be talking is like you put 10, but there's 4 that you're ready to compromise. What I'm talking is very different. It's like, no, this is 5 things that I don't compromise ever on it, like ever. This is how this has to be there, or there's no relationship.
Yeah.
So you're saying like in terms of, oh yeah, of course I would like a girl that can cook. But it's not a priority because I can cook. So if she cooks, it's a plus. If she doesn't, then it's okay. But we're talking about sport. Like sport, I say activity. She likes yoga. She does hiking. Like she want to go. Like, because me, when I travel, I like to do those stuff. I like to explore, walk.
Yeah.
So if I get a girl that don't like that, then it's
like
not going to work.
She wants
then
to lay.
if she doesn't like to travel, she's not spontaneous. Like I was dating a girl and everything was good. But one thing is that she was not really making decision fast. She wasn't ready to work this and that. Me, I'm very spontaneous. Tomorrow I could say, let's go to Hawaii. Let's go there. Let's do this. Okay, I'm tired of Los Angeles. We're moving in Europe. Like whatever. But if my partner's not ready to do that, it's not going to work because I know this is how I am. So when I put 5 things on my list, I never compromise for less.
So you want a girl who, if tomorrow you were like, we're moving to Europe, she's going to be like, okay, honey, let's go.
Yeah, she can talk. She can, like, she has an opinion. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like, okay, bitch, we're leaving. Like, it's more like,
Go
okay,
pack
babe, I'm tired of Los Angeles. Where do you want to go in the world?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
let's do it. Boom. And then you pick a place with her.
Spontaneous.
You don't need to force her, but it's like, or tomorrow I wake up and I'm like, yo, babe, you know what? I feel like going to Barcelona right now. I'm packing, I'm booking flight, we're leaving tonight. I don't want someone that's like gonna hesitate or whatever. Like, of course, there's stuff in life, like if she has work or this or that, but
Yeah.
I'm talking about being spontaneous, like someone that, like, I need someone that's gonna reflect my personality and stuff like that. So there's 5 things, let's say, it can be 6, 7, but what you're talking about is stuff that you're willing to compromise on. Yeah. But if you want someone that like to grow and educate himself, you're never gonna, trust me, you're gonna have 4 other things. If this was a priority for you, you're never gonna stay with the guy, no matter what other
another
quality
thing
he
is that
has.
you can also like teach people something. So it's like they might start dating you not being a certain way, and you can slowly
I'm
get
not your
them
life
to
coach.
be.
You're my wife. I don't want to work. Like, I don't
But
want to teach
they're not
people.
your wife from the beginning, though. Like the last guy I dated, let me tell you, he was reading. You know, he would like read and like want to educate himself. So that was like the base was kind of there, you know. But then it's like I taught him about podcasts. I taught him about meditation and like breath work and, you know, just like being more active and all those things. He kind of had the base, you know, he wasn't against it. So you don't want someone who's like the complete opposite.
But he already, like, so you can change people. He was already kind of doing it. You can show them the way a little.
More, yeah.
But if someone doesn't like to
like
read,
completely opposite.
then it's like you have to teach the person. I'm not, like, I don't want to teach
Like, I'm not
my
here
wife.
to teach you.
Like, and I say my wife because in terms of if I'm going to do a relationship, if I'm going to commit, I don't think about marriage and stuff. When I say wifey, it's just it's going to be the person I
like
share
a
my
serious,
life with. Yeah. I want her, like, I don't want to be life coaching her. I don't want to be like, baby, you should do that. No, we're empowering each other. I'm not like your fucking coach. Like, I already do it with other people. I already teach people on podcasts and shit. I'm not here to teach you. I'm here to live my life with you. And they're like, if she's not reading at all, she's not improving her life, then I'm gonna have to transform her. And at the end, it was the same with my ex. Like, she didn't like to do hikes or yoga or anything. Then she was trying to force it on her because she wanted to please me, but she was always quitting, not really doing it. She was not a healthy person. So at the end,
you know, you're right.
It's like people, they don't change. It's like any ex. They're gonna say, I changed, I'm gonna do it, baby. They do it for 2-3 months, then they come back because they don't do it for you. They don't do it for them, they do it for you. So when I meet you, I want you to have those things. And this is personal preference. Then I'm ready to compromise. I like brunette, but if the girl is blonde, she's blonde. Like, whatever. Like, I'll do it.
Things,
of course, I like blue eyes and green eyes. She has brown eyes. Like, I like it, but only 2 of my 5 ex had blue eyes. It's at one point, you prefer stuff. Like, it's like if you would build a house, you say, I want this in terms of physical. I want this. But there's always a few things that you're like, this has to be there. Like,
this is a must.
Same thing as
a must.
For me, when I think about an apartment, the kitchen has to be a certain way. It's very important for me. Then the view, then how I feel in the apartment. The rest, I can compromise on it. If something is not there, something is missing, I'm like, oh, okay, like, I wanted 2 parking next to each other, but they're tandem. This is stuff that you can compromise. But if the apartment doesn't have the kitchen that I want, I don't take it. If the view is not good, then I don't take it. And when I did, let's say for this apartment, I compromised on it. I regretted it the whole year. And I couldn't wait to get out. I was like, fuck, I'm so bad. I should have done that.
Because then it's like resentment, you know? You resent yourself or your partner because you're not doing something that your heart is like purely with it.
Exactly.
You know? I think there is a difference between being stubborn and knowing what you want.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes like sometimes when you are sure about what you want, you can come off as like stubborn, you know? Sorry. And like I'm the same way. It's like it happens, but it's like, no, I just like really fucking know what I want.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do genuinely believe that there should be some flexibility because you never know where your life is going to throw you. You never, like, sometimes your type even changes. Like, you think that, like, you're, as you said, like, into, like, blonde or whatever, and then, like, you meet someone who meets all the other criteria and maybe even more if you're lucky, and then you're like, oh, my type has changed. You know, like, I don't like that same thing.
In terms of type people are talking about physically. That's why physically you should be able to compromise on some stuff. Like, of course I want, but if I have those 5 personality trait or stuff that I really want, and the girl has them, and then she's not perfectly what I want physically, then you're gonna fall in love with the whole person, the vibe, the energy, and stuff like that. But yeah, of course, like it changed a lot through the years in terms of, but my preference physically, like I can modify them. Like I can be like, okay, whatever. But as I said, like those 5 things, or it can be 10, it can be whatever.
What are your 5 things that like you would not like settle down, even if the other 4 are present and more, but if one of those 5 is not there, like that's it?
So I want someone that's always willing to improve, like someone that is like working on herself. So someone that's spiritual, like reading books, doing stuff. Like I don't want to be teaching her. Like I want someone that I can have deep conversation. So this is priority for me. I want someone that I like to do activity. So like that is willing to try. Let's say I'm telling you, okay, tomorrow we go skydiving or this or that. Like that we're going to Hawaii, we're doing this, like we're exploring that. I want someone that's willing to do stuff with me, because your partner has to be your best friend. If I can't fucking spend time with you, what are we gonna share? Like you're supposed to be my wife. We travel the world together, like whatever. What you want to do, we build an empire. Like you need someone that's like always positive, like supporting, like that is caring with you. Like I also have my love language is touching, so I like that physical my partner like is gonna be touchy, or like she's showing love this way. Of course I want like crazy sex. Like sex is really good in chemistry, and I want like someone that has really good vibe and energy. This is stuff I don't compromise. The rest I can compromise, like as I said, she cook or not, or like that she would be blonde or brunette, or other basic stuff. Like
you can always color your hair too, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's like whatever the other stuff, I can deal with it, but I need someone that's gonna be like very supportive, like ready to build, someone that's successful, that has this mentality to improve and to build and make a difference in the world. So
I like that. I like that. And I think those are good things to be looking for. You know, it's like they're not unreasonable. You're obviously extremely active, so you want someone who's not going to be lazy, just like, you know.
Yeah.
Because then they could also be a bad influence on you too. Like you might not notice in the beginning, but then slowly you're like, wait, I'm not as active as I used to be 5 years ago.
Exactly.
You know?
I had a friend in Canada back home, one of my best friend, and she was like seeing this guy, and she's like, you know, he's not going to the gym and this and that. And I was like, don't do it, because for you it's important and this and that. And then after 6-7 months of dating down the line, she's like, fuck, I had to drop him because it started like that. I started to go less to the gym. Then we started drinking every day because he was drinking and this. And then I started hating myself because I was not healthy anymore. And then she's like, fuck, it wasn't me. I needed to go back to my routine and do my thing. And I knew it from the beginning, but she has to experience it. That now she's dating another guy and she knows what's required out of the relationship. And yeah, it's just you have X, and out of those bad experience, or just experience in general, because there's good and bad in everything, but you learn what you actually can and can't do. Like
it's important to get those experiences,
like honesty
to like make
for
mistakes.
Me, honesty is the key. Like this is one of the things that I can't, for sure, if a girl lied to me, it's a no-go. Like I like honesty the most. Like when we're just seeing each other, you can see other guy, you can do whatever, just tell me and I don't care. But if you're lying, I have very, very like problem with that, big problem with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's, you learn to know what you want in life, and life is always gonna test you, and that's when you have toxic relationship, bad job, things that you don't like. And I feel that people this year went through a lot of that, and it made them realize, because you can always hide in the alcohol, drugs, money, and whatever, and
just
then
distraction.
And then you don't face yourself. But when you truly work, that's why I wanted to become that perfect human. I don't like to say that, but I wanted to be like the best version of myself every day.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not about being perfect. It's just like the best that you can be.
Yeah, exactly. And improve all the time. And I wanted to find a way. to reconnect with myself fully,
Yeah.
like spiritual wise, activating the third eye, all the chakra, the energy field, and all that stuff. And the more you drink, the more you party, the more you do all the bad stuff for you, the less you can get in tune with yourself.
It's true.
So that's why I do it. Like, that's my reason behind it. And you truly feel happy when you do that. You feel fulfilled. Like, when you're doing good stuff for your body,
Yeah.
you're like, wow, I have this. Same thing as you probably did yoga in your life.
Yeah.
And after a good session of yoga, this blissfulness that you're like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm so
It just feels
happy right
right.
now. Yeah.
It just feels right.
Exactly.
You know, when you like go out drinking, it's fun. I love doing it every now and then. But the next morning you wake up, especially after I think you're past a certain age. Like for me, it was I think like after 25. I would kind of wake up the next day and just think like, what the fuck? Like what am I doing? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then that feeling keeps getting more and more. Like now I'm 27 and it's like I don't like doing that as much.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like I don't enjoy the hangovers. I don't enjoy like losing a whole day.
That's the thing. It's
And it just feels wrong. Like it just feels like you just feel bad about yourself. You feel unproductive. You feel like you're pushing yourself behind and you lose your momentum. That's the biggest thing for me. Like I love building a good momentum and like not breaking it because
exactly.
you keep getting that power and like it keeps pushing you and then like you kind of like fuck up a little and like you fall a little bit, you can get back up, but then if you keep doing that, then it's like it gets lost.
As you said, you wasted days. So there's one currency that you can't ever get back, and it's time. So one day of party that you're gonna fuck 2 days because it literally takes. I see it honestly, people. So that's the thing. People are always low frequency, or people that party and shit, they don't know what it is to be high frequency. They don't know. So alcohol vibrates at a higher frequency than they are. So let's say generally they would be 200 on frequency. It's out of 1,000. And alcohol and drugs mostly is 350. So
and
they
like
get
the highest is like enlightenment and joy, right?
yeah. So on
It's
the
like
planet
close to
when they did the
1,000.
test, there was 1% at 960, and there was only like 6-7% on the whole planet higher than 700. So it's not like Einstein was 499. Like it's hard to go higher, but alcohol and drugs is 350 approximately. So people enjoy it because it's higher than their frequency. But me, my frequency is higher than that. So when I drink, I actually feel like it's a downer for me. I feel like, fuck, this is bad. I feel my body drop. So the thing is, when you do it on a consist, as you said, it's the momentum. It's basically that when you're vibrating higher, when you're actually living life and you don't need all that stuff to make you feel good, because every day you're high on life. You're high just for everything. You're at 450, whatever. You're higher than alcohol and drug frequency. Then you don't need it anymore, and you don't want to waste your day. And then people don't realize it because they're always lower frequency. But if I do drink or I party for 2-3 whole day, I feel like my brain is in a fog. My third eye is not activating anymore, and I can't meditate and I can't do my shit. And not only that, my intuition is not
That's
right.
true.
My gut feeling is not right. Like
That's true.
it's like I can't attract what I want in life. So I actually, plus when you get fucked up, it takes. Not only that, it takes 5 days to your whole body to get back to normal.
Yeah, like
so
fully recover from
why
all
would
the
I do
toxins.
that every weekend to fuck up myself?
No, every
like,
weekend.
It's like people do it often, and then I just prefer not to do it. And when I do it, I keep it for a special occasion, and then I really feel bad the next 2 days. I'm like, fuck, I hate myself. Like, it's okay. I know what I'm getting into when I party.
Yeah.
Sorry, but it's just, I'm like, wow, I'm wasting life. Like right now, I'm wasting 2 days. Like that, and I
Every
like to
now
be
and then
high.
it's okay though. Every now and then I feel like it's okay to just like
It's
let
balance.
loose.
Yeah.
Let loose and just
It's
like
okay
get
to
a little
party.
weird.
It's just don't abuse it. It's like anything else.
Anything
I like to
else.
be high on life. Like I like that I'm productive doing my thing.
Yeah.
Like I just don't like. I hate hangover. That's one thing why I never party that much.
And it just keep getting worse and worse. It's like I feel like I felt my hangovers getting a little bit worse when I turned like 26 or 27.
It's probably your vibe that got higher. So when your frequency increased,
I would love to think that.
you feel
because I thought I'm
more-
just getting older.
no, you feel more like a drop in your frequency. So
Interesting.
you have a aura around your body,
Right.
your energy, and when you damage it like that, it shrinks. So you feel like I'm more hangover. No, actually, you just dropped your vibe. You dropped your whole energy. You're not activating everything. Your chakra probably unbalanced, and then your body's gonna realign it if you're
Takes time
someone
again.
spiritual and this and that,
Yeah,
and you
of course.
breathe work and you meditate and whatever, it's gonna realign, and then you're gonna be. It's not that. It's just that you damage your whole center. And
Yeah.
if we're talking about, like, they want people to be like that. Because if everybody was aligned and shit, it would be a very different
Nobody
world.
would spend money on alcohol.
Yeah, people would be more awake, more present of what's happening in the world, and it's not good for business.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, thank you so much for coming.
you for
Why don't you
having
tell
me.
people where they can find you? Because you told me you're starting a podcast. Do you want to give that out right now, or you want to save it for later?
Yeah, I'll save the name for when I release it. But yeah, I have YouTube. It's like Mike Chabot. I have Mike Chabot Fitness on Instagram. Most of the social media, I just use Mike Chabot. So
How do
yeah,
you spell your last name?
Chabot.
Right, okay.
Yeah, because a lot of people think it's with a S for Shabbat
Right.
Shalom.
Ah,
For the Jewish.
yeah.
But no, it's with a C.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.